Right to a channel of light fluid. I knew you'd be back. You all come back eventually. Yes, we are back in the echo of 2015. And this means we're starting our final run of Echo. I'm going to pick up at the river where Chase makes his decision. And I'm going to run through the rest of the Monday with Flynn today. And the next series of videos for Echo will continue Flynn's route. Once we're done with Flynn, we're going to rewind all the way back here and start Jenna's route. And then go through all her stuff, and then that will be it for Echo. All the routes will have been done, which is not something I'm going to do for every VN, but Echo's a bit special here. So, while I love this piano music, it takes me back so much. Let's head back and see what happens at the end of that argument. I stand there next to my chair and decided. Here we go. I look back at Flynn as he winds his way down the trail towards the road. I sigh angrily, starting towards him. Jeez, wouldn't. Someone's got to talk sense into that idiot. He thinks he can just get away with this shit? You know how he is. I keep walking. He's moving pretty slow, so it's easy to catch up with him. He's got his hands jammed into his pockets as he walks along, his head down. Hey, Flynn! He jerks his head up, then looks back around at me. He's chewing on a toothpick, which he promptly pulls out of his muzzle. The hell? What the fuck do you think you're doing, Chase? Go back. Yeah, right. You think you can just walk away from me after saying shit like that? He stops walking and turns around fully to face me. I step up right in front of him, just a few feet away. He looks me over, and for some reason I can see a smile threatening to crack his face as he tries to keep it hidden. Yeah? What are you going to do about it? I shrug. Talk? We're having a good time. Why'd you have to go and turn everything good? He suddenly steps up close, thrusting his chest out into me. Hits me around the neck and I stumble back. Not in the mood. He sticks the toothpick back in his muzzle before he turns and starts walking away again. Go back to the rev, you can talk about what asshole I am. What? I watch him go for a bit. I'm not too worried about Flynn actually beating me up. I'd annoyed him pretty bad before, but he had never actually hurt me, at least not maliciously. On top of that, he'd have Leo to answer to if he ever did anything like that, and he knows how that would end up. Still, he did look pretty angry when he stepped towards TJ, more than I'd ever seen him, probably. Now might not be the best time to do this. I know we're locking ourselves into an end in here. Screw him. Once again he thinks the act of an asshole can just brush off whoever he does want to talk to. Well, I'm about to show him exactly why it doesn't work when it's a stubborn otter he's up against. I start following again, doing a little jog to catch up. This time Flynn hears me and whirls around, pulling the toothpick out of his mouth again. Your ears filled with water? I said fuck off! I flinch a little under his yelling, but I square my shoulders and walk up to him, standing my ground. I'm only 3 feet away. Oh what, you gonna hit me? Really? Go on, try it. I look him in the eye. Immediately I know I have nothing to worry about. This is Flynn after all, one of my best friends. Whether or not he'd ever admit to it, our little group is family, no matter how many stupid fights we get into. He's trying to scare me though with the way he's leaning over me, glaring. I just smirk up at him and pretty soon I see his facade crack. He slumps down, letting out one massive sigh, deflating like a life-size lizard balloon. Fucking otters, what do you want? I want you to stop being a dick. Flynn looks right back at me and glares, some of the posturing coming back. What? Oh Christ, you heard me. That's not a good thing to say to me right now. Flynn starts leaning over me again, and I lean right back, almost bumping muzzles. Yeah, well, everything you said back there was not a good thing to say. I see the corner of one of his eyes twitch. We're so close I can smell the beer on his breath. I see that smirk tug at his muzzle again. Coming in for a kiss? He presses even closer and I feel my muzzle flush, but I'm not backing down. I see how it is. You're bored with Leo, now you want some lizard action, eh? No, I just want an explanation. He raises a brow and leans back a little. Why you're being such a dick when you're all supposed to be having fun? Actually, I think I know exactly what this is. You're trying to prove me wrong. Well, being an obnoxious twit doesn't suddenly mean you've got a personality. Anyway, they told me to speak my mind. I did. He turns away again and starts walking. I quickly catch up and start walking alongside him. That's not an answer. Besides, even if something's true, it doesn't mean you have to point it out in the middle of everyone's vacation. Flynn keeps walking, opting to glare at the dusty trail. Do you really think I'm just looking to bone all of you? I'm not. Flynn laughs, and for once it's not cynical, it's genuine. I think what you're doing right now isn't helping your case, Chase. What? I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with you, Flynn. My phone buzzes and I pull it out. Yeah, you okay? It's a text from Leo. Everything is fine, I'm just trying to talk to Flynn. Flynn snorts right in my ear, making me jump. I jerk my phone away as I realise he's been reading over my shoulder. What, Wolfie boy thinks I'm going to clock you for being annoying? You almost hit TJ. Almost. At this point we're walking along Lake Emma Road, the trail winding between it and the reservoir itself. There's a little guardrail on the lakeside, but it's rusty, and I seriously doubt they would ever stop any car from going over into the lake. Another 10 minutes and we'll reach the motel. My phone buzzes again to get a response from Leo. If it does anything, call me. Flynn sighs again. He stops and I turn to face him. He looks sad for once, staring hard at the ground. I sort of blacked out for a second. I was angry. That's what murderers say after they kill their exes. Jesus, Chase. Well, okay, I fucked up. Yeah, no shit. It's just something that's been fucking with me ever since it happened. That he's not telling the truth. Flynn looks up at me sharply. You know he isn't. Flynn's staring at me hard as if he's looking for something, and this time I do look away. Well, what if he is? No, you saw him right after it happened. How scared he was, how he couldn't look at any of us. I have no idea what to say. Flynn never talks about this. Before today, the last time I heard him mention Sydney was like 6 years ago. It really fucked me up. And then we thought we could just come back to this stupid fucking lake. He kicks his foot across the ground towards the reservoir, some pebbles falling over the steep drop and plopping into the water. It fucked us all up, but Flynn most of all. Look, Flynn, maybe something did happen. Something he doesn't want to tell us. But it's TJ. You know what kind of person he is. And that's what makes this so fucking shitty. But we were kids. He was like 10 years old. We're different people now. Looking behind Flynn, I see Leo's van coming up the road. Flynn waits for me to go on, but sees me looking back and does so himself. As soon as he sees the van, he folds his arms and turns his head to look out across the lake. As it pulls up alongside us, the window rolls down, and I see Jenna in the passenger seat, Leo next to her. Hey, we're heading back. Want to get in? Flynn doesn't say anything, instead choosing to continue staring at the lake. I decide it's probably a good idea for me to walk with him instead of making him do it alone. Nah, that's alright. We're just talking. Leo shifts his gaze to Flynn, studying him before turning back to me. Alright, text me later, okay? Okay. The window rolls back up as the van pulls away, kicking up some dust from the roadside as it does. I turn back to Flynn, who's still looking at the lake, chewing slowly on his toothpick. That's when his stomach growls so loudly it almost makes me jump. I snort and Flynn fixes me with a glare. What? I didn't get to eat. Neither did I, which is your fault. Flynn grunts and keeps walking up the trail toward Echo, the town's windows and rusted signs glinting in the desert haze. I skip up alongside him. Hey, why don't we go to the diner? It's just a few minutes away. Flynn grimaces. I can't eat that shit anymore. What? When's the last time you ate there? A few years ago. Wow. What do you eat then? Flynn laughs. I got a patent that would actually have grocery stores. Oh, okay. A few moments of silence pass before Flynn speaks up again. I guess it wouldn't hurt to eat there again, for all time's sake. As we walk into the diner, my senses are assaulted by nostalgia. Everything looks and smells the same, from the faded patch stools to the smell of burgers and fries. Out of habit, I start walking towards the corner booth, the one we always used to sit at. Where are you going? Huh? I look back at Flynn, who's standing near the counter, looking ready to sit on one of the stools. Oh, come on, Flynn. Those are uncomfortable. Besides, they'll be easy to talk. Some of the patrons are starting to look up from their meals. Flynn looks around, clearly embarrassed, and shoves his hands into his pockets, making his way over to me. Fine. I slide into the booth, into my usual spot on the right-hand side. Usually Leo would sit next to me. Flynn sits opposite me, leaning back, eyes half open. Tired? Yup. I wait for him to elaborate, but he doesn't go on. Up late? Flynn reaches up and rubs his eyes. Yeah. The long breath he takes in before he says that tells me he's starting to get annoyed, so I drop it. Luckily that's when Janice, the old diner waitress, comes over to our table. Chase? My goodness, what are you doing here? Hi Janice, just doing a school project. Oh really? I wonder what sort of school it might be here for you. I'm actually just getting some film of the town. Flynn's covering both his eyes with his hands now, as if that's going to make him invisible. And you, Flynn? Can't say I've seen you at all recently. Flynn makes a low grunting sound, not taking his hands away. Janice keeps talking though, unfazed. Well, anything you'd like to drink while you're deciding on your meal? Water. Chase? A root beer, please. Sure thing. Flynn does move his hands at this point and looks at me. His expression is odd, like he wants to say something. I look back and raise my brows, but he just shuts his muzzle and looks out the window. Alright, I'll be right back with you. As Janice moves on to some other patrons, I look back at Flynn. Were you going to say something? Flynn shakes his head, folding his arms on the table and hunching forward. No. Somehow his mood is even darker than it was earlier. I sigh, frustrated. It's so damn hard to understand Flynn. His mood swings are absolutely ridiculous. I lean back and fold my arms, scowling. What? You know exactly what. I'm trying to be friendly here. Flynn shrugs, a bewildered expression on his face. I don't know what to say, Chase. It's been a shitty day. I don't say anything and just look out the window like Flynn. Again, there's a tense silence between us. I just listen to the clatter of silverware from the two other people in the diner, along with the old rockabilly music playing over the crackly speakers. Finally, Flynn sighs. I decide that's his signature expression, like Carl's shrug. Sorry, I'm just... Like I said, it's been a shitty day. It's fine. That's when Janice brings over our drinks while taking a notepad out to take our orders. All right, what do you have? Tuna melt, onion rings. And you, Chase? The bacon cheeseburger sounds good. Alrighty, and what will you have on the side? Fries, please. Flynn is staring at me in a weird, squinting sort of way, as if he's trying to see something. Great, have it right over. Sit tight. As Janice bustles away, I look to the side, then back at Flynn. What? Flynn keeps squinting, his face incredulous now. Do you really not? He doesn't finish and instead shakes his head. Never mind. Seriously, you're kind of freaking me out. Flynn chuckles and covers his eyes again, rubbing. Same. What the hell is he talking about? I'm opening my mouth to ask again, but he cuts me off. Listen, I've got the day off tomorrow. Do you want to do something? I stare at him, at a loss for words. First he's acting like a complete douche, then he tells me I'm scaring him, and now he's inviting me to hang out with him? Is he, what do you call it, bipolar? I guess. Alright, I'll come by sometime afternoon, maybe with Carl. He doesn't do shit, so he should be free. Okay, I guess I could use a break from working on the project for a bit. Flynn goes on to tell me that he and Leo often go out to fish on their days off, and it's actually a lot of fun. I'm still trying to get used to the shifting conversation when Janet shows up with our food. Flynn stares down at his giant, greasy sandwich while I take a giant bite of mine. Fuck, I'm gonna regret this. Why? Tastes great. Ah, you're lucky. This kind of food fucks up my stomach. You make your own food? Yep. I snort and Flynn looks up sharply. Sorry, it's just hard to imagine. Hey, I'm a real good cook. I guess the expression on my face is showing I don't buy it because he smirks back at me. Fine, sometime this week you're coming over. I'll show you then. I shrug, even though I feel like I've won some kind of secret battle we were having. Deal. Flynn pulls me over rocks and boulders. I stumble along, trying to keep my balance. Flynn's insistent though, almost angry. We reach the edge of the lake and he throws me down. I stare at the wet sand, then back up at Flynn. He points and tells me to dig. I start digging. I don't know what I'm looking for, and I ask, but Flynn doesn't say anything. Water keeps filling the hole. It's hard to keep sand from sliding back in. Finally, I reach in deep, and someone grabs my paw. I stay like that for a long time. I said it'd be short. I just wanted to get the rest of that day finished up. And to actually make a start on Echo again. It is very interesting going back after we've done Arches as well and knowing what else went on in that lake. As well as we know the truth. Unlike Flynn. So yeah, Echo will be a regular fixture through the year. And of course I'll be working my way right through it like I said. So if you like Echo, definitely stay with us. And if you're new to Echo, if you found this was okay, just be warned. It can get emotionally intense. And if you want to know about that, I have Leo's route, TJ's route, and Carl's route all in older videos. So you can check those out if you want. And if you're thinking, have those voices changed? They might have. I did not go back and look anything up for this. I thought, let's see what I remember. Because sometimes I just have a voice from a long time ago. And it's still there. So I'm pretty sure Flynn was similar. Carl's always been a bit of a struggle to get into with only a couple of lines. And I honestly don't remember exactly what I did for Janice. I just remember the one scene in TJ's route where most of the scene was Jenna, Janice and TJ talking, who are all way higher than my normal voice, and that was a struggle. But we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully, let's high pitch. I'm kind of not looking forward to Jenna's route for that reason. Yeah, maybe some shorter videos there. We'll see how that goes. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It's good to be back in Echo. You don't often hear someone say that. And also, I did see that Marshmallow Bears was starting to stream Flynn's routes the other day, purely by chance. I didn't know he was doing it till I saw a notification, and I didn't tell Marsh I was doing this. So if you want to go and check out a different take on Flynn's route, go and check out Marsh and his friend, who I've forgotten who he's doing it with now, but yeah, go and check out Marshmallow Bears there. I'll see if I can find a link for you. Coming up this weekend will be Moonfire Seeker Saga. We're returning there, so yeah, we get more cameo. It's always a good thing. And before I go, as always, thank you to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. And my top patrons are Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Bastian, Bieka, Brian Hall, Gopus Visser, Dissonance, Exact, Grizz, Half His Mouth Productions, Ida Corval, Evan King, Kartek, Matt Kenya, Mario Cervantes, Lark Huskerton, Greylock, Koob, Adiver, Gopus Need Coffee, Ara Amaterasu, Tiger Cup, Smuto, Spiderling, Rafu, and Omar. And you can also go and support the Echo project if you like. Echo is done and complete, but there's more Chemia on the way. Hopefully Interia will continue soon. I'm not quite sure plans for that, but there's more Chemia definitely. And of course there's a role to play, especially into D&D. That's a fun one. Just listen to the beginning especially. And yeah, there'll be more stuff coming up from the Echo project. If you want to go and support them, yeah, go ahead. And I'll be back with more Echo in a while. Thanks for watching.